Here we go again. So in this video, we're going to look at the number type of quadratic problems. So here we need to come up with our equations based on the statements that are in front of us. So here it says, find two numbers whose difference is 9 and where the product is a minimum. Okay, so we need to recall that this word difference means subtract. So two numbers, when you subtract them, so let's say x and we subtract y, so that's our two numbers, their difference is 9. Now, and then this next part says where the product is a minimum. So let's use those same two numbers and their product, let's multiply them, is a minimum. Well, now the process from here is the same as what we've done before. We've got two equations. We only really want to work with one equation and one variable as well. So let's rewrite this so that it's in terms of just one variable. So how about we solve for y and then we say y is equal to x minus 9. Now we've got an equation that says y equals, and over here we've got an x times y. Let's take x minus 9 and replace this y with that. So in order to find our minimum, we've got x times y. So let's rewrite that as x times x minus 9, and lo and behold, we've got a wonderful little quadratic, x squared minus 9x. From here, we can figure out what our x value is using our x minus b over 2a. And that is our, so we've got negative times negative 9 divided by 2, and that gives us a result of 4.5. Now we have to go back to just up here, and remember, in order to find y, we need x minus 9. Well, if we have a value for x, which we do, which is 4.5, we can substitute that back in and end up with an answer of negative 4.5 for our y. So we've got a final result of x being 4.5 and y being negative 4.5. And if we take the product of these two numbers, we end up with negative 20.25. And that is the minimum product that we can get from our two values that have a difference of 9. All right, so now looking at this next question, two numbers have a sum of 34. So sum means to add. So two numbers, x plus y equals 34. All right. Now find the numbers if the sum of their squares is a minimum. So sum of their squares, now we've got x squared and then we've got y squared, and then that is going to be the sum of their squared. So we add the two together. This is going to be our minimum. So at this point, I hope you can guess what's going to happen next. We're going to rearrange this so that it now says y is equal to 34 minus x. Now we're going to take this here and we're going to replace this y in here. So doing that, we end up with x squared plus 34 minus x. Now make sure you remember to all square that because this is only for y, and we've got a y squared here. And then this is going to give us our quadratic that's going to end up giving us our minimum. Okay, so now work this through and you end up getting x squared plus 1,156 minus 68x plus x squared. And that then we simplify, so combine our like terms, and that gives us 2x squared minus 68x plus 1156. And now this is our quadratic that we need to figure out our x value of the vertex. In doing that, minus b over 2a, so that's negative 68 over 2 times 2, and that gives us 68 over 4, and that tells us that the value of x is 17. Now, if x is 17, what's y? Y is equal to 34 minus x, so y is equal to 17 as well. So now we have x is equal to 17, y is equal to 17, and that gives us our two numbers that have a sum of 34, and the sum of their squares is a minimum. Okay, so hope this helps, and the next video is going to talk about profit and income, which is so useful, and every business in the world uses this type of thing. It's very interesting. Hope you enjoy it.